strong leadership. They want bold moves in free agents, smart decisions in draft, and aggressive trades is necessary. The owner of the team, Jerry Jones, is always in the spotlight. He is known for being very confident and sometimes very aggressive with his decisions. In recent season, he has spoken about improving the roster and being more active. The big question is simple. Will it truly make the moves needed to be competitive with the best team in NFL? Let us begin by looking at the offense. The Cowboys have talent, but talent are not enough. The quarterback position is always the most important position in football, and the team needs consistent leadership and strong decision making. A great quarterback must protect the football, lead defenses correctly, and deliver accurate passes under pressure. When playoff time comes, everything becomes more difficult. Defensive players become faster, more physical, and more focused. That is when true leaders lies. The wide receiver group must always be strong and reliable. If the Cowboys want to dominate, they need receivers who can create separation, catch difficult passes, and gain yards after the catch. There has been a lot of discussion around the wide receiver George Pickens and what his future could look like. A long-term contract extension could provide stability, keeping talented players in important because chemistry takes time to breathe. If a team constantly changes its main weapon, it becomes harder to build rhythm and trust. Now let's talk about on running game. In NFL, balance is extremely important. The team cannot depend only on passing. Defenses will adjust quickly. The Cowboys must have a running back who can handle pressure, break tackles, and control the clock rate in the game. Strong running attack also helps the offensive line perform better. When the offensive line plays with confidence, the entire offense becomes more dangerous, of course. Speaking of the offensive line, this unit must improve if the Cowboys want real success. Injuries have been a problem in the recent seasons in the Dallas. Depth is important. Young players must develop quickly. Veterans must stay healthy. The offensive line is the foundation of everything with the Dallas Cowboys. Without protection, the quarterback struggles. Without strong blocking, the running game fails. Let us move on the defensive side of the ball. Defensive win championships. That statement is repeated often because it is true. The Cowboys have shown flashes of the greatness on the defense, but consistency is a real challenge. They need a defensive line that can pressure opposing quarterbacks without depending only on British players. When a defense can create a pressure with only 4 defensive linemen, it becomes much harder to stop. There has been discussion about elite pass rushers such as Max Crosby and how a player like him can completely change the defense. A dominant pass rusher forces mistakes. He forces quarterbacks to throw earlier than planned. He creates turnovers. Turnovers change the game. If the Cowboys want to make a broad statement, acquiring or developing a player with that level of the intensity, the production is critical. Linebackers and defensive backs must also communicate clearly. Modern offenses are complex. They use motion before the snap. They use play-action passes. They create confusion on purpose. Discipline is the key, and defensive players must trust their assignments. One small mistake can lead to a long-term touchdown. Coaching is another major fact. Leadership from the coaching staff shapes the culture of the team. Preparation during the week determines the performance on Sunday. Film Saturday, practice testing, and clear communication are all necessary for the success. The team that lacks discipline will struggle in close game. The Cowboys have lost several important games because of small mistakes, penalties, missed tackles, and poor clock management that can destroy championship dreams. Now, let us discuss on free agents. Free agents is another opportunity to improve quickly. However, it must be done carefully. Spending money without clear plan can damage the team for years. The Cowboys must identify specific weaknesses and target players who fit the system. Not every talented player is the right fit. Culture matters, attitude matters, work ethic matters. The draft is equally important. Building through a draft creates long-term success. And of course, young players are less expensive and can develop within the team system. Scouting must be detailed and accurate. Evaluators must look beyond highlights. They must study character, discipline, and football intelligence. Some of the best teams in the league are strong because they draft very every year. A very important topic is today team mentality. Championship teams believe they can win against anyone. Confidence must be built through preparation and accountability. Veteran leaders must set the standard in the locker room. Young players follow what they see. If leaders work hard, the entire team works hard. Fans support in another powerful element. Cowboys fans are passionate and loyal. They expect experience and they expect excellence. Playing in a large stadium with high expectation can be both motivating and challenging. Players must embrace pressure instead of fearing it. Great teams use pressure as fuel. Let us also consider competition within the division. Every season division games are extremely important. Winning the division grants the playoff opportunity. The Cowboys must take these games seriously from the beginning of the season. Slow starts can create unnecessary pressure later. In the playoffs, details because everything, one turnover can end the season, one missed field goal can end the season. The Cowboys must prepare with urgency. They cannot assume talent alone will kill them. Execution is critical moment, separates champion from the average teams. In conclusion, today's story, the path forward for the Dallas Cowboys is clear but challenging. They must strengthen the offensive line. They must maintain stability at quarterback. They must secure key playmakers like George Pickens if he is a part of the long-term vision. They must improve the defensive pressure, possibly by targeting right talent like Max Crosby or developing similar impact players. They must draft wisely. They must manage free agents carefully. Most importantly, they must build culture of discipline, accountability, and hunger. If Jerry Jones and leadership group truly committed to these principles, the Cowboys can return to the championship contention. The fans are ready, talent is close, the opportunity is there. Now it is time for the action, not just promises. The future of the Dallas Cowboys depends on the bold decisions made in free agents will decide what they do in the first round of the National Football League draft. If they solve some needs in free agents, they can draft the best player available. But if they fail to fix key problems, they may be forced to draft for needs instead of the talents. The biggest concern right now is the cornerback position. When we look at the 2026 free agents class, it does not look very strong at cornerback. There are some big names, but many of them have question marks. Players like Jamel Dean, Tariq Woolen, and Trevon Diggs have shown high-level talent in the past. However, injuries and inconsistent performance have affected their recent seasons. Some of the veteran options such as Trey DeVaris White and Russell Douglas and Jonathan Jones are now over 30 years old. While they have experience, they may not be long-term solution for the team that want to compete for the championship. There are also young players available including Alontae Tyler, Jalen Watson, and Nation writer, these players have potential, but they are not full proven stars. Because of their age and upsides, they could have demand expensive contracts. That puts the Cowboys in difficult position. Do they spend a lot of money on players who still developing, or do they accept that free agents will not fix their biggest needs? If the Cowboys cannot solve the cornerback problem in free agents, they may be forced to select cornerback early in the draft. That would limit their flexibility. Instead of choosing the best overall talent, they would be drafting to fill a hole of defense. This is why free agents is so important. It shapes the entire draft plan. Another important topic is kicker Brandon Aubrey. Aubrey is a restricted free agent. That means he can negotiate with other teams, but the Cowboys still control the situation. They can place the first round or second round tender on him. If another team signs him, the Cowboys decide not to match the offer, the Dallas could receive draft pick compensation. However, it is very unlikely that Cowboys want to let him leave. After years of searching for the stability at kicker since Danny Bale, they finally found a reliable player in Aubrey. The only reason Aubrey might consider leaving is money. Free agents is always about the money, but the Cowboys have the power to match any offer he receives. They can also make it very expensive for another team to sign him. Aubrey has built his career in the Dallas. The organization gave him an opportunity when other teams did not. Because of that loyalty, the team control as restricted free agents, it is expected that he will remain with the Cowboys. There was also the interesting comment from the owner Jerry Jones. Jones, who entered in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in the 2027, recently he said that he would not have his gold jacket without Michael Irvin. Irvin was one of the leaders of the Cowboys dynasty in the 1919. According to the Jones, it was not just Irvin's talent on the field that mattered. It was his winning mentality. Irvin pushed teammates and demanded excellence. That mindset helped to breed a championship culture in the Dallas. Jerry Jones believed that attitude was a major reason for the team's success and for his own negotiation and recognition in the Hall of Fame. Now, let's talk about on-trade rumors involving Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders. Many Cowboys fans have dreamed about adding Crosby to their defense. He is one of the best pass rushers in the league. However, recent news suggests that trade may be less likely. The Raiders promoted Robbie Leonard, who has worked closely with the Crosby, to the defensive coordinator. That decision could help keep Crosby happy in the Las Vegas. In the past, Crosby has had influence in the coaching position. If he supports the current leadership, the Raiders may be even less willing to trade him. All of these stories connected to the one big term. The Cowboys are at crossroads. The defense needs improvement, especially in the secondary. Free agents does not offer many perfect solutions at cornerback. That reality may force Dallas to focus heavily on defense in the draft. At the same time, they must manage contracts carefully, keep the key players like Brandon Aubrey, and decide whether to pursue bold trades. The 2026 offseason could define the future of the franchise. If the Cowboys make smart decisions in free agents, they can enter draft with confidence and flexibility. If they miss and key targets, they may be limited and pursued on the draft nights. Cowboys Nation will be watching every move closely because of the path to championship often begins